Welcome back to Weekly Chew. On this week's show, we'll be showing you how to make a personal favorite, spaghetti. Here are some ingredients you're going to need for this week's recipe. You will need lean ground beef, celery, mushrooms, spaghetti noodles, tomato paste, stewed tomatoes, tomato sauce, red and green peppers, garlic, onions, basil, oregano, paprika, bay leaves, Italian seasoning, salt and pepper. Let's get started. We're going to start by cutting our veggies. First up is 1 whole pack of mushrooms. Here at Weekly Chew, we like some heartiness to our sauce, so we're slicing our mushrooms into generous sizes, keeping in mind that they will reduce when cooking. Next, we'll trim and dice 2 small onions. After the onions will be the red and green peppers. After removing the core and seeds, we'll cut our red pepper into small pieces. Then, repeat the process for the green pepper. After the peppers are done, we'll grab 7 cloves of garlic from the bulb.
Lots of garlic. 7 cloves.
The green pepper diet. And with our nifty little tool here, we'll skin our cloves.
Work that time. Right here. Oh, yeah, working good. Got a little more first into it, I guess.
Once the garlic is skinned, we will dice them. then chop them up some more. The last of our veggies will be our celery. We're going to trim and then dice them.
That's a really good celery too.
With our veggies ready to go, we can start cooking. We're going to turn our burner on to a medium-high heat and let it heat up. Then, to keep the meat from sticking to the pot, we'll add some canola oil. When it's nice and hot, we'll place our family pack-sized ground beef into the pot. We'll mix it around, making sure the meat is browned evenly. With the meat almost ready for the other ingredients, we'll open our can of tomato sauce, stewed tomatoes, and tomato paste, just to get them ready. With our meat cooking, we'll add about a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. It's time now to grab our veggies and add them to the beef. In goes the celery. Then the garlic. And finally everything else. Now we mix it all around. Adding a little more salt and a little more pepper. Now we can add our first can of tomato sauce and our can of stewed tomatoes. We'll add our last can of tomato sauce to the whole thing, making sure everything is evenly mixed. Now we can add the rest of our ingredients to the sauce, starting with 1 tablespoon of basil, a tablespoon of paprika, a sprinkle of oregano, about 4 bay leaves, and a sprinkle of Italian seasoning. Now mix the seasonings into the sauce so that it can all receive that wonderful flavor. Now, one of the very last ingredients to add to the sauce will be the brown sugar. We're going to add about half a tablespoon of it and mix it into the sauce. After the brown sugar, we're going to cook our sauce on a medium-high heat. Stirring occasionally on a medium-high heat will bring the sauce to a boil. Once it does, we'll cover and reduce the heat to a simmer and let it simmer for about 1 hour. While the sauce is cooking, we'll get a pot ready for our noodles. We'll turn up the heat and bring it to a boil. Before it boils, we'll add some salt to the water.
Take it off with the splash when you do it while it's on there. Sauce in there too, it'll thicken up more. The taste was what I'm saving for later on. Probably the last 20 minutes of cooking, I'll put the tomato paste in there.
Just before the sauce is ready, we're going to add tomato paste to the sauce to thicken it up. Now that our water is boiling, we can add the noodles for cooking. Once the noodles are cooked to your liking, remove and strain. We'll give our sauce one more stir.
Maybe she arranged her schedule based on what you said there. You'd be done by 12.
And we're ready to plate and serve. We'll place some noodles on a plate. And then add some sauce.
With more sauce?
And there you have it. Spaghetti. Right here on Weekly Chew. For complete recipes, log on to moquebec.com/weeklychew, or you can check out the Weekly Chew page on Facebook.